played one of these before, and do you know why people gamble? According to another survey, the following are the most common reasons of gambling: to win money, entertainment, to enjoy the process and atmosphere of gambling, to pursue excitement, to kill time, to social network. Others even gamble to divert themselves from boredom and grievance. There are also other reasons, such as to examine one's own luck on New Year, or to retrieve previous losses, etc. Apparently, the reason to gamble varies from person to person, and each possesses different opinions and thoughts on gambling. Some of those beliefs are erroneous, yet spread from one generation to the next, without deliberation to their validities. These mistaken beliefs about gambling are known as the myths of gambling. To be clear, let's look at some examples. Here are some of the most common myths. The first one is the misunderstanding of winning probability of gambling. We have just discussed that gambling is a game of chance and randomness, and that each game is independent with no association between two games. But many people think otherwise. For instance, people believe that in Cusack, after turning out 10 rounds of big, the next round must turn out small. Another example is the banker's side in Baccarat is more likely to win than the player side. Additionally, some people have mistaken the concept of time matters, such as I will win soon, just need a little bit more time. One day I will win if I bet on the same number every round. Or a slot machine has not given a jackpot for a long time. I will get the jackpot if I keep playing it. There are also some superstitious ideas, such as wearing red clothing makes one luckier and more likely to win, and playing in this casino makes me luckier. Other people may think that gambling is a skill, such as winning more by betting more. There is a pattern of turnouts in gambling. Casino workers or frequent gamblers often think that they are more familiar with the games and rules, so they're capable of winning because others with less knowledge, people, could win. According to the definition of randomness, skills actually cannot affect the outcome of gambling. The final example is the tendency to have a biased or selective memory, so that they would only remember the time when they won money, but easily forget the memories of losing money. I do not know whether you believe any one of these myths. If you do, please be cautious, because these ideas will easily induce you to gamble constantly, or to mistakenly expect that gambling will generate profits or other benefits, which ultimately will cause gambling addiction. As we are speaking of gambling, let us examine whether gambling is addictive or not. If so, what is considered gambling addiction? Why don't we try a little test? Or see if there is such person around us. Based on the DSM-4 assessment, the following criteria refers to the past 12 months. Firstly, the mind frequently thinks about gambling or related things. The second is the betting amount continuously increases to stimulate more excitement. Third is the failure of attempt to control, reduce, or stop gambling. Fourth is to feel irritated or anxious when gambling is reduced or stopped. The fifth is to use gambling to escape from problems or to relieve unpleasant emotions. The sixth is to not admit loss and try to recover losses through more gambling. The seventh is to hide or lie about one's own gambling behaviors. The eighth is asking others for money to pay the debts incurred by gambling. The ninth is to commit theft, embezzlement, frauds, or other illegal acts in order to obtain money to gamble. The 10th is that gambling will cause injury, loss of health, family, friendship, job, career, schooling, or promotional activities, etc. Well, now that the 10 characteristics of gambling behavior are listed, do all of them need to occur simultaneously in order to be considered gambling addiction? In fact, if one or two items exist, one needs to be cautious because these may become problem gambling behaviors. If 3 or 4 items occur, there may already be problem gambling, as gambling has already affected the daily life and is creating various issues, which need to be addressed quickly and seek help as soon as possible. If there are 5 or more of these behaviors, they may already have pathological gambling, which gambling is no longer controllable and has been harmful to all aspects of daily lives. and counseling services should be sought as soon as possible. If gambling behaviors become uncontrollable, why should one seek help as soon as possible? The reason is that gambling addiction causes various negative impacts on the reason around him in finance, mentality, emotions, health, work, school, family, social, or even lead to illegal behaviors. The effects could be substantial. What should you do if you know that your gambling behavior is out of control? First of all, the first step is to confront the problem. Take responsibility and do not escape or hide from the problem. Otherwise, the snowball effect will enlarge the problem, which will become more difficult to solve. The second step is to speak to a trusted person, such as a family, friend, teacher, etc., to seek a solution. Also, it is recommended that you seek help from gambling counseling agencies as soon as possible in order to reestablish better personal life. Besides, do you know that there are gambling counseling agencies in Macau? We will talk more about it now. Currently, Macau has 7 agencies which provide gambling counseling services, located in different areas, including Social Welfare Bureau, the Resilience Center, Yat On Responsible Gambling Counseling Center, the Macau Industrial Evangelistic Fellowship, the Sheng Kung Hui Gambling Counseling and Family Wellness Center, the Social Service Division of the Methodist Church, Taipa Family Education and Support Center, Macau China Evangelistic Mission, Hong Kong Center, and Macau Gaming Industry Laborers Association. They provide various services, including individual and family counseling, financial analysis, group counseling, and family activities. The public should seek the appropriate service agencies based on their own needs. As an old saying put it, prevention is better than a cure. But how do we effectively prevent excessive gambling? When we read the daily newspaper, it is common to see the social problems caused by gambling, such as criminal usury, theft, family problems, or pathological gambling problems. Let's take a look at the numbers of recent gambling-related crime in the recent years in Macau, which reflects the gradual spread of gambling problems in Macau and how it has brought a lot of negative impacts. In view of this, the Macau SAR government has implemented responsible gaming in 2009. You heard of responsible gaming. Actually, responsible gaming refers to a regulatory environment which, at the time of gambling, does not pose a threat to himself, his family, friends, other gamblers, or casino employees, or have negative impacts on the local region and its residents. In other words, responsible gambling is to minimize the harm caused by gambling behavior. Achieving the goal of prevention is better than a cure. The next question is, who is responsible for responsible gambling? Is it the government or the gamblers themselves? In fact, it is the responsibilities of the government, gamblers and their families and friends, gaming operators, problem gambling prevention and treatment agencies, educational and other community groups. The government is responsible for leading and implementing the responsible gaming policy, including developing the responsible gaming policies and related standards and guidelines, encouraging gaming operators, community groups, and gamblers to execute the responsible gaming policies and measures, as well as supervising the implementation and enforcement of it. As of gamblers and their family and friends' responsibilities, they should regard the gaming activities as a form of entertainment rather than an investment tool to make money. Before participating in gambling activities, they should first understand the rules of the games, the potential risks and personal budget. When the gambling behavior is uncontrollable, they should take the initiative to seek help. The gambler's family and friends should not accompany or assist gamblers who are under the legal gambling age to participate in gambling activities, such as assistance to buy lottery tickets. They should give more care to gamblers and prevent them from indulging in gambling, as well as encourage and support problem gamblers to seek formal counseling and treatment, and avoid providing financial help directly. Gaming operators should provide problem gambling and responsible gaming training for staff, provide accurate gaming information to customers, refrain from promoting false, misleading, or deceptive information, reject the entry of those under the legal gambling age to the gaming areas. The problem gambling prevention agencies provide treatment and prevention to provide gambling behaviors, including gambling counseling and treatment services, and counsel the family of problem gamblers to help them face difficulties positively and correctly, and advertise and promote responsible gambling. Educational and other community organizations educate and promote proper and appropriate values, such as the youths, help promote awareness on responsible gambling, organize various recreational activities, help prevent the residents from getting addicted to gambling, encourage problem gamblers to seek treatment and refer them to problem gambling agencies. Scientific research and academic institutions regularly research and assess the policy content, implementation, and effectiveness of responsible gaming in order to provide professional advice. In recent years, the government has implemented policies and measures of responsible gaming, including time display and adequate lighting in all gaming areas, and non-transparent barriers between gaming and non-gaming areas. The government also promulgated the law of conditions of entering, working, and gambling in casinos in November 2012 to prohibit persons under the age of 21 from entering the casino. This legislation is to avoid youth from gambling prematurely. On the other hand, in order to help pathological gamblers, the law provides that any person may apply to the self-exclusion program to be prohibited from entering the casino or confirm application made by their direct family members. The self-exclusion must be applied by the person him or herself to be prohibited from entering the casinos. In addition to oneself, the spouse, ascendants, parents, descendants, children, or second-degree relatives, siblings, may also apply, but the application must be confirmed by the excluded person. The excluded period could be up to 2 years. A violation during the applicable excluded period constitutes a crime of disobey of order, which may result in fines or imprisonment, and the application forms are available at each casino, the Office of Gaming Inspection and Coordination Bureau, and other venues. The public may also seek the Gaming Inspection and Coordination Bureau for further details. Furthermore, do you know that there are responsible gaming team members in each casino of Macau? They are wearing RG badges on their uniforms and will provide responsible gaming information, assistance upon request, introduce and assist in the application of the self-exclusion program, and other exclusion-related work. Therefore, if needed, frontline staff or customers can seek assistance from the responsible gaming team members in the gaming venues. The gaming venues have displayed responsible gaming posters and other promotional information which also contain contact information of the responsible gaming team members. After introducing some of the measures of responsible gaming, we move on to discuss the implementation of responsible gambling attitudes and behavior on a personal respect. The first is to understand gambling, which is a clear understanding of the rules of the games, the betting amount, the chance of winning or losing, the potential risks of gambling, etc., before engaging in gambling activities. The second is to know that there is no pattern in the game because statistics has confirmed that the result of each bet is not connected. So looking at the scoreboards will not increase the chance of winning. The third is to sure lose in the long run. Studies show that the more frequently one gambles, the probability of losing money also increases. The fourth is to make informed decisions, which means to have enough gambling information, to regard gambling as entertainment, to set affordable gambling budgets, and to understand the risks and costs that one can bear. After you are clear with the 4 to-knows, there are 4 more to-dos when you will become a responsible gambler. I will introduce them to you now. Before a responsible gambler gambles, he or she will first set the limit, that is, to set the time limit and the maximum betting amount to avoid overindulging in gambling. The second is not to gamble after drinking alcohol or taking drugs. The third is do not borrow money to gamble, such as not to carry a credit card or debit card when going to gamble, so as to avoid borrowing money. Finally, is to actively seek help when one realizes that gambling behaviors are no longer under control. One should take the initiative to seek help from the relevant service agent. If you can do the 4 to-knows and to-dos mentioned earlier, then you are a savvy consumer of gaming entertainment. Here we are toward the end of this seminar. I do not know how much you remember from the content today. Why don't we read the slogan of the Play Responsibly, Live Happily seminar together? Hopefully this could help you refresh your memory. Know that gambling is entertainment. Abandon the myth of gambling. Do not underestimate gambling addiction. Do not hesitate to seek help. Implementing responsible gaming, you and I can both live happier lives. Wish you a wonderful and happy life. If you have any questions or concerns about this seminar, or if yourself or someone you know encounters any gambling problems, you are welcome to contact the following service agencies via fax, email, mail, or telephone. There will be specialists to answer any questions or comments. Finally, please complete the assessment questionnaire, which is labeled After on the upper left-hand corner, and return to one of the staff. The questionnaire is anonymous and is for statistical purposes only. Please kindly fill it out for us. Thank you. Thank you once again for participating in this seminar. Goodbye.
Sejam todos bem-vindos à palestra de Jogo Responsável, uma vida melhor. Hoje vamos falar sobre 2 temas, o que é jogo problemático e o que é jogo responsável. Antes de começar, gostaria de pedir a todos que me despendam 5 minutos para preencher um inquérito sobre eficiência. Este inquérito é anónimo e apenas usado para análise estatística. No total são 2 páginas. Por favor, preencham primeiro a página rotulada de antes no canto superior esquerdo e depois coloquem o inquérito em cima da mesa. Não é necessário entregar por agora. Podem entregá-lo no final da palestra. Obrigado. Agora, vamos apresentar o programa desta palestra. Primeiro, iremos falar sobre os jogos de fortuna ou azar, o motivo das pessoas que participam em jogos, ou seja, as razões pelas quais as pessoas jogam. Depois, iremos falar sobre o que é o vício de jogo e quais são as características das pessoas que participam em jogos. Por último, iremos falar de como é que previnem o vício de jogo e introduzir o jogo responsável. É claro, iremos também falar sobre como é que concretizam o jogar de forma responsável. Gostaria de perguntar a todos, o que é o jogo de fortuna ou azar? Jogos de casino? Apostas em jogos de futebol? Máquinas slot? Todos estes são jogos? E que tal jogar as cartas com os amigos? Ou jogar mahjong? Esses também são jogos de fortuna ou azar? De facto, se quiserem definir quais são os jogos de fortuna ou azar, tentem aproveitar as seguintes condições. Primeiro, jogar com apostas de dinheiro ou objeto valioso e existe a possibilidade de perdê-los ou ganhá-los através deste jogo. Em segundo, jogos de fortuna ou azar são jogos aleatórios. Cada jogo é independente, o que significa a inexistência de uma relação entre quaisquer jogos. Por exemplo, o resultado da primeira aposta não afeta o resultado da segunda aposta. Em terceiro, os resultados são imprevisíveis. Em quarto, cada aposta tem um limite de tempo. Em quinto, os resultados são incontroláveis. O arrependimento não será aceitável e as suas decisões não poderão ser alteradas. Macau é uma cidade que desenvolve a indústria de jogo e entretenimento. Vocês sabem quantas pessoas jogam em Macau? De acordo com um inquérito da Universidade de Macau em 2013 sobre a participação da população local em jogos de fortuna ou azar, descobriu que cerca de uma metade da população jogaram durante o ano anterior e que os jogos com maior participação foram lotarias, Mark Six, jogos sociais, jogos em casinos de Macau, máquinas slot e apostas em futebol e basquetebol. Já alguém alguma vez jogou um destes jogos? E vocês sabem porque é que as pessoas jogam? Segundo alguns inquéritos, as razões mais comuns são as seguintes: querem ganhar dinheiro, divertir-se do processo e da atmosfera de jogo, procurar estímulos, apenas passar o tempo, estabelecer amizades, combater o tédio e aliviar o stress. Existem também outras razões, como por exemplo, algumas pessoas querem experimentar a sua sorte no ano novo ou querem reaver o que perderam. Parece que existem diferentes razões para as pessoas jogarem. Eles também têm diferentes opiniões e pensamentos acerca do jogo. Alguns desses pensamentos estão incorretamente relacionados com informação errônea e não confirmada. A essas ideias erradas acerca do jogo chamamos de mito de jogo. Talvez não tenha sido claro na forma como falei. Então vamos olhar para alguns exemplos nos quais apresentamos os mitos mais frequentes. O primeiro mito é a incompreensão da probabilidade dos jogos de fortuna ou azar. Como acabamos de apresentar que o jogo tem uma característica aleatória e cada um é independente, não existe qualquer relação entre dois jogos. Muitas pessoas pensam que os jogos estão conectados. Por exemplo, as pessoas pensam que sairá um resultado diferente quando já tiver saído 10 vezes o mesmo resultado, ou que o banqueiro terá mais oportunidades de ganhar o jogo. E algumas pessoas pensam que o tempo é importante, tal como: quase chega a minha sorte, só falta um pouco tempo. Aposto sempre no mesmo número, chegará o dia em que vou ganhar. Estas máquinas de slot não têm jackpot por um tempo. Quando continuar a jogar, o jackpot vai sair. E existem também algumas ideias supersticiosas, tais como: